Good afternoon, this is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 14948 Gilmore Street in Van Nuys, and I am preparing to perform a video examination of the main sewer line here on the property for Kevin Thomas. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I wasn't able to locate any exposed or accessible main sewer line cleanouts. The main sewer line cleanouts are areas outside the structure that have a removable cap allowing direct access into the upper end or beginning of each branch of a main sewer line system. In this case, it does appear there are going to be two pipes exiting the structure that will intersect under the driveway. So what I've decided here is that I'm going to begin by dropping down through the 3-inch building drain waste vent, drop down into the drain pipe under the house and push outside into what I'm going to call the primary main sewer line. And then it looks like we'll have to reset in the powder room off of the laundry area and remove that toilet in order to see all of this system. We're coming in and making a 45-degree turn now, and we're essentially running along the left side of the structure here, just underneath in the crawl space. Much of this pipe is exposed and accessible underneath. And this is not the portion of the system we're focused on today, but again, we're seeing it on camera due to the access, and comment on its condition. It's the original cast iron piping, and it's got moderate to heavy rust and scale. It's an older pipe. It's definitely aging, and at some point here, probably not in the too distant future, will need to be upgraded. Where this pipe can be more closely monitored just by crawling under the house. Alright, so here we are exiting the front of the structure and changing pipes, which is now our vitrified clay piping material. I don't see any sort of clean out access here, and what I'm looking for is an opening at the top of the pipe. Typically this is where you'd see it. Sometimes it's going to be a couple feet down, which we may discover here. I don't see an obvious clean out anywhere. And it looks like we've got a little bit of debris build up through here, maybe some pipe settlement. And then about 5 feet from the structure, here's that second branch tying in. Looks like somebody flushed the toilet there. So we're going to definitely mark that area out and recommend a main clean out access be installed. Give it a second here to let that water run out a little bit. We'll be able to see better. Alright, so the clay piping for main sewer lines is a very common pipe material. This type of piping does have a long service life expectancy. Being a natural material, it's not expected to deteriorate underground like the iron pipes that we push through. But it is more brittle in nature and definitely does have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquakes. Now, it's not uncommon to find minor cracks around the connections or the joints like this. I don't see any yet. It's also not uncommon to find root intrusions at those joint areas. What we're specifically looking for are any significant cracks or breaks, significant separations of the pipe sections or offsets at those joints, any evidence of any significant compromise, basically. So far, the pipe looks pretty clean. It does appear that this portion of the line is essentially running straight out into the driveway from that right front side, left front side of the structure. Here's the beginnings of some minor root intrusion there at that joint. Eventually those roots do get to a point where they're going to start needing to be cleaned. like we're making a little bit of a turn here. Probably along where we're increasing from the 4-inch to the 6-inch pipe right here. It looks like we're going to run out under the street at an angle to connect up to the public sewer. Now this is the 6-inch pipe that runs under the street to connect to that public sewer, and it's the portion of the system that we refer to as the lateral pipe. Basically it comes from the public sewer near the middle of the street up to the property. And this portion of the system, even though it's under the public street, is the property owner's responsibility for care and maintenance. Here at this joint, we're seeing some cracking along that right side. Again, that's something that's not uncommon. There's no signs, at this point anyways, of a significant compromise. But it is something that definitely should be monitored. It can get worse with earthquakes and things like that. The way it is now, maybe a lining system could rehabilitate that area without digging up the street. But again, not really affecting the function of the system. I don't see that there was any soil or roots coming in there, so it may not be a full compromise through the wall of the pipe yet. We definitely want to monitor it. And here we are coming around this turn, dropping down into our public sewer. So our primary branch is about 72 feet or so. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording, pull the camera out, we'll go get that toilet off of the floor if we can, and we'll take a look at that other branch of the system.